When someone goes on a trip, they can experience a lot, especially in the United States. And Han is currently in the United States, specifically in Miami Beach. And right now I'm staying at the Ritz Carlton, South Miami Beach. I would say that's definitely an interesting property, this Ritz Carlton Miami Beach. You have to say that very clearly because it's not comparable to Biscayne. No way, Jose. That's a whole different world, even though it's the same brand. And it's a completely different world from the coconut, so that means the Ritz card's coconut. That's not comparable at all. And yet it has something interesting because I'm surprised by the room decor. That's definitely something these Ritz-Carlton folks are pretty good at, you know. You can set up these rooms in a way that makes you feel comfortable in some way. And that's also here. Well, that's a pretty nice room, so nicely done. It's kind of like art, but also business. So everything kind of melted together a bit, and I found that interesting in some way. The beds are always fantastic, you know. You always live like such a little angel in this stuff. But what I personally don't like about these Ritz cards is that right now, in a Ritz card South Miami Beach, you can only check in at 4 p.m. and you can only stay until 11 a.m. So for every regular booker, and if it's peak season now, I'm not in peak season here, then even as an ambassador member, with the highest VIP status, you wouldn't get that extended. Maybe about an hour. I would say maybe an hour. So always assume that when you come during times when this place is booming and prices are skyrocketing, I mean, a room like this currently costs $1,000 and would easily cost $2,000. The suites cost up to $10,000. You really have to have the loose change in your pocket to be able to pay for a late checkout like that, because you'll also be shelling out another grand. That's all today in this kind of hotels that don't even care, honestly. Well, I think that these hotels here are also extremely inconsiderate because they have a huge audience. They always book well here, and even if they don't book well, they act all high and mighty, like they're staying at the fancy Ritz-Carlton South Miami Beach. You better be grateful as a guest if you're even allowed to book here, and even more grateful if you book as a member. Because honestly, they don't really care about a member. It's not really a hotel where ambassador members, titanium members are well accommodated. I wouldn't do it again either. It's a hotel where you really have to fight for every single story. So now to just say you come here and drop like $1,000 for a night, and as an ambassador member you don't get any benefits. So I arrived here around 4:10 p.m. and after I checked out at the Edition, I found some really nice staff here. I mean, seriously, they were absolutely delightful. A trainee and also someone who has been working here for a while who has trained her, and that was quite funny. So we actually had a really nice conversation. That turned out to be an advantage for me later on. So it's always good to approach conversations with a little positivity, to be a bit funny, and to make some nice jokes. When they realize he's not a grumpy person, they're already more willing. I would say more willing, not necessarily eager. After I asked about the late checkout, they smiled and said they would make a note that you want a late checkout, but they can't guarantee it right now. I thought, oh wow, well let's give it a shot then. And then they were like, yeah, we've got an upgrade for you too. So I thought, well, I'm really curious now. And then they gave me this upgrade to a room with a pool view. I'm here on the ground floor for that payment. Some say it's going to cost you $1,000 for this room. The other one would have cost $600. Super cheap, really. Well, I would say that during the peak season, it's not a good time. You'll get a room in the back of the crypt, yeah, at the main train station. And there you'll also pay $1,200 to $1,500. And here, so now I had $600 and now I got a room for $1,000, $1,100. What's nice about it, I have my cup of coffee and all that stuff. I have all these little things, but there's no treatment, there's no personality, there's neither a card nor anything nice. So like nobody here really cares, seriously. You just have to see it, it's such a slick thing. That goes here real quick, quick. Every day people from all over the world come here, especially rich folks. They bring their dough with them and then they leave again. They're taking a short vacation here and everything has to be top notch. Then they pay $10,000 for 3 days and then they're gone again. Well, and that's what it's intended for. Everything else, so for everything that has to do with members, everything where someone thinks, oh man, you might be able to make a bargain or you might also get something here with points. You do 1 day like this and 1 day points to then reduce the price a little bit. Really tough, man. I'm telling you, it's really tough. And from the side, you have to look closely and above all, book well in advance or at the very last minute. Yeah, it's like everything is difficult, you know. You can't rely on things here because you have to get a confirmation 7 days in advance that your amount will be blocked. You can't cancel anymore. And if you're flying now and you don't come here to Miami, well, what are you going to do then? So you confirm for 7 days, but you ain't getting your money back. That doesn't interest you either. It really remains, especially with hotels like these, to book at the last minute. If you, let's say, know that your flight is confirmed and it's about to take off, then I would say book the hotel. And if you're lucky, the algorithm didn't hit you with such a huge price, but it wasn't quite as crowded, so I had it. I booked that on the last day, one day before, so I ended up paying instead of 1,600. So, and then it started that I had a special fee of $50 US, and then I asked them at the entrance and said, listen, I actually have $50 extra to buy me breakfast, for example, to get. Also, breakfast is not included, not even for ambassador members. And since there was neither water, nor treatment, nor a chocolate, nor anything else in the room, and of course there was no card. So the question is, why don't I get my $50 now? I took another look at the details and I have to show you this. So they have I also think a bit of a sneaky story in there. You can book this rate with $50. You can book a Bristol thingamajig rate, but you don't have the guarantee that you'll get the $50. Well, I gotta say, these American hotels are getting worse and worse. So we had that just recently in the last few days at the other Ritz, where they always come up with something new, and if you're not careful, many people check out and leave and have the bill sent to them. I'm the type of person who at checkout always says, please print that thing out for me, then I'll take a look at it. And every time I've found errors and immediately pointed them out. Then they were fixed accordingly, so I didn't have those problems later on. Well, that's actually an important argument. Well, I don't feel like chasing after this money every time for just $50. That's so annoying, so I'll do it right away. So then I have a nice chat, and then I check out, and then I'm out of here. So that's how it was here too. She didn't know, and said, nope, we don't have $50 included in your rate. And I was really thrown off. But it really said in there, the $50 is subject to availability. Can you imagine that? So you're booking a higher rate because, of course, for me, the regular rate is $600. And with this slightly higher rate of $620, and then I have $50 in it, then I actually only pay $570, I think. And then I thought, 570 or 600 is a difference, and I also have $50 in it, then I can go have breakfast. Let's see, it's also nice, can I show you some pictures? So this is how I figure it out. And then all of a sudden, they're like, yeah, it's only if it's available or if we want them to have it, that's pretty awesome. So you got to imagine how awesome it is that you book a higher rate for $20 and then you don't even get it afterwards because they say, yeah, no, it's not our responsibility now. So what was interesting though, I went to the reception this morning. So I arrived down there and then the guy at the reception said, after I had driven, could you quickly check if my lead check was confirmed? Yeah, do you have a passport on you? I thought to myself, that can't possibly be true. I told you, the card works. You don't have to recode it for me. Everything is fine. Just let me know if that has been confirmed. Yeah, we can't tell you that. We need the passport. So I ran back to the room, grabbed my passport, then went down there. But I didn't go to that one. I went to the other one. Even though that one was free, I went to the other one. I said, that's just too negative for me. I can't speak negatively anymore. Was that also good because it was also positively lucrative? Your lead checkout is confirmed. The woman so-and-so provided us with that yesterday. We've confirmed it. And then she even added an extra $50 to the rate because she couldn't tell you. And you had $50, of course. So I just got $100 instead of $50 in that thing. I mean, you have to imagine that. How awesome is that, actually? Look, just because it was a really nice conversation doesn't change the fact that it's all crap, because we can't rely on these things. So you're out there gallivanting around and you can't rely on anything. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is as you think it could be. Everything is different afterwards, and I think that has become quite a difficult situation. What's there to say about the hotel? Those were just the details, which are not unimportant either. How are you actually treated around here? So as an ambassador, if you're lucky and don't end up in a full house now, if you stick with it and work really hard like I do, it could work. You'll get a little something too. That's cold hard cash. So just the fact that I'm stuck in here until 4 p.m, that costs $500, $600. That's really money saved. That's the only thing we really have as true benefit as ambassador members, because the 1,000 points, they're just a given for us. And that we get 75% more than everyone else. Those are the standard things. We don't need to advertise for that. But I mean, those are all just things. The facility is situated quite nicely. The breakfast buffet was really okay. You can do everything. Yeah, that'll be $39 plus tax and service charge is $50. So the breakfast costs $50 you have to spend, but still cheaper because you have the buffet, like when you do it on the card, like in other hotels. From that perspective, it was a well-resolved story. The facility is top-notch. You're kind of in the thick of it here because there are a lot of people lying next to each other on the chairs. I wouldn't lay down there at all. If I wanted to vacation in Miami, I wouldn't come here. Don't go to this Ritz Carlton in Miami South. What's up? Wow, that's insane. Well, there you have free reign, big story, lots of space, and you're all by yourself. So here, this is really tight. When I look out there, they're sitting here close together. I can't show it now, of course, but that's how it is. I'm right here by the pool. It's always funny when someone like that walks by here at the pool. Look, someone's chatting with the camera. It's kind of funny, you know. The rooms are pleasant. It's pretty clean. I actually haven't even checked yet if this air conditioner. I'll check now. Well, that's interesting. It says 23 now. The filter must have been cleaned. But when you look at the filter, there is, I have to say, yeah, probably a little bit. That many people just leave the door open and that's how the heat comes in. That's possible. Well, they at least have it down as a thing, but it looks worse than usual at 6.23. Or when I think of Biscayne's thing, that was in August and it looked top notch. Well, I mean, like, okay, that's all relative because I'm no expert. Those are just personal impressions that I have. The filter didn't look so great to me, but it has been changed. From my perspective, I assume that it's good for now. Well, and that was pretty funny too. So I was down there at breakfast and there was this young person who started cleaning the air conditioning upstairs with a cleaning cloth. You have to imagine everything just kept falling onto those plates, whatever was there. What they really have here are staffing issues. This staff is being poorly managed, and you can see that at every corner. So it's really easy to notice here. Also, in terms of personnel, it's difficult. The reception is very strictly managed. So like this one lady there, she might have a few more, you know, if she's like, hey, we'd like it this way, they might do it maybe. But roundabout, the Ritz Carlton, South Miami Beach, no hotel for the HON, but still fantastically located. You have direct access to the beach here too. This place is absolutely fantastic, no doubt about it. If you don't have to worry about money and say, I also spend $2,000 a day here, then you're in for a treat. He certainly has a private hot thing here too, where the majority doesn't lie. And then you also have a nice view of the ocean and stuff. I would say go for it. But for us members who say we don't want to spend $2,000 right now, but we want to spend a maximum of $600, $700, then get a nice upgrade and maybe even a little nice benefit, something nice. Yeah, you're in the wrong place here. You have to go to a different beer garden. Or what's also interesting is that you just take a little look at the Variations edition. For example, I'm on my way to W. So there are definitely a few other hotels to choose from. And otherwise you just check with HON. Give HON the name of the hotel you might be looking for. And if you were lucky, the HON was already there and can tell you the truth, not what the influencers want to make you believe over and over again. This here, I would say, is a highly praised influencer hotel with nice, beautiful rooms, difficult staff. Individuals are fine, extremely expensive and not recommended for us ambassador members. And now, here's a room tour for your enjoyment.
Where are you? Tell me where you go, it's not good. Be without your love, but I'm fine. And now we try to set that in my mind. Wherever I go in my dreams, when I lay in my bed, we can get you out of there. I just wanna make you feel special, but I know you don't want me cause I'm not your type, is alright. Well, I'm dying inside. I just wanna make you feel special, but I know you don't want me cause I'm not your type, is alright. Well, I'm dying inside. Special. Your love, your love, your love, your love. Babe, it's not a big deal, you're not special. Babe, stop thinking you're special. Your love, your love, your love, your love. Babe, it's not a big deal, you're not special. Babe, stop thinking you're special. Where are you? Tell me where you go, it's not good. Be without your love, but I'm fine. And now we try to set that in my mind. Wherever I go in my dreams, when I lay in my bed, we can get you out of there. I just wanna make you feel special, but I know you don't want me cause I'm not your type, is alright. Well, I'm dying inside. I just wanna make you feel special, but I know you don't want me cause I'm not your type, is alright. Well, I'm dying inside. love.